Hello Pisces, this is Fox Astrology and Tarot here with your Astrology and Tarot report for August of 2019. This one is focused on love, relationships, romance in general, whether you're single or whether you're in a partnership, it doesn't matter. The focus here is on that. So to start off real quick, just wanted to mention whether you're watching this video because you have an ascendant, a Pisces ascendant or a Pisces sun or moon. If you have a Pisces sun or moon, be sure to find your rising sign video, as I will have some more specific details. Based on your ascendant, I can figure out where your houses are in your natal chart, and I can get some more details for this transit for you. So be sure to check out your ascendant sign. And the same for if you're watching this because you have a Pisces ascendant, be sure to check out the sun or moon sign videos. The sun having to do more with your core energies, the moon having to do more with your emotional experience in this coming month, so be sure to check those out. So starting off on the 3rd, we have Mercury going direct back into Cancer. Seeing as Cancer is in your 5th house, this may be a good time for maybe having some artsy time. I guess you could say some creative time, doing some stuff on your own. Not necessarily anything to say about going out and doing stuff for fun with other people, but if it is going to be with other people, I would say focus on doing more creative style activities. On the 7th and the 8th, we have the Sun trining Jupiter in Scorpio, and we have Venus trining Jupiter in Scorpio. So I've pulled out the Two of Love here. I feel like what's happening here is predominantly focused on self-awareness, maturity, self-care. So if you're in a relationship, this is a good time for maybe having some more conversations, some more one-on-one talks about, really understanding each other, getting to know each other, having some more intimacy. There may be a little tension at first, seeing as Jupiter in Scorpio tends to want to get into, more private affairs and more secret kind of things, sometimes even taboo things. But don't be worried, as this is really about deepening a level of intimacy in your relationship. So this could be a great day for kind of relaxing, taking care of yourself, and while you're enjoying and kind of getting some comforts, having these kinds of conversations. And the same goes if you're single. This is probably not the best time for going out and beginning new relationships or developing a normal acquaintance into one, as this is probably a time where everybody else will also be focused on their own kind of private life. On the 13th, we have the Sun in conjunction with Venus in Cancer. Now, I've brought this card, the Love Feast, out. I feel like it's a really great example of what happens here. When the Sun is in conjunction with Venus, I feel like what's happening here for you, if you have a Pisces ascendant, this is a great time for, I would say, getting out and enjoying yourself. Now, if you're single, it's a great time to meet new people, as the Love Feast mentions this is about harmony, balance, and understanding, and empathy and passion. This is a great time. People are going to be really feeling sort of sexy, feeling great and confident, and like they're having fun. So try and plan some times. This is the 13th. Try and plan some times where you can really get out and have some fun for yourself, enjoying, just what you typically love to do. And if you meet some people, then they'll be enjoying themselves too. On the 16th, we have Mercury squaring Uranus in Aries. Now, this is probably not the best time for planning new activities with your partner or even with other people. This is probably better to really look at kind of making some changes and going back and editing maybe how you typically make plans, how you typically communicate, how you typically structure and organize things. It's a good time to look back and make changes. Not a good time to start anything new, because this square talks about between Mercury and Uranus wanting to start something new, wanting to reform and create new structures that help you move forward, but Mercury these guys kind of being at odds with each other and causing some extra strain. So in terms of starting or developing a new romantic relationship, hold off until the 16th is over. It's a fast transit, and it only takes a short amount of time for Mercury to move through the signs. So later on the 17th, just a day later, we have Venus moving into Leo. On the 18th, we have the Sun moving into Leo, and on the 27th, we have Mercury moving into Leo. Now, I've brought Esclarement de Foi This card really talks about passion. It really talks about kind of a sense of leadership. It is a little bit more on the feminine side. That's only because I brought out the Sun, Venus, and Mercury. I feel like what's happening here is a great time for you, if you're in a partnership, to get some recognition, to really nurture each other, to really provide some confirmation, some validation. You may be feeling like you really need more of that. They may be really feeling like they need more of that. So provide this to each other in a relationship. This is a great time to kind of speak each other's language, so to speak, and say, you know what, I really appreciate your efforts that you've been doing with this lately or with that. And that will really help to smooth things over if anything has been a little stressful lately. If you're not in a relationship, this is a good time to get out and really be seen, be recognized. I would recommend some kind of opportunity where you can really be out in front, some kind of opportunity where you can really kind of set yourself apart, so to speak, from your competition, if you have any competition. But if you're single, this is a great time to really be seen and be honest and be real with each other about who you are, and you'll definitely have a lot of fun with it. On the 21st, we have Mercury trining Saturn in Sagittarius. Now, if you have a Pisces ascendant, Sagittarius is in your 10th house. So I feel like this may have to do with work. It may have to do with your career or your reputation in general. This might be a good time to really just focus less on relationships that are romantic if you're not in one, and really just focus on organizing and planning things. This would be a great day to sit down with your calendar and really go over things you want to make happen and kind of detail them out. And that will really help kind of take advantage of this energy, as well as sending out messages, emails, that sort of thing, to actually plan things out with others and get things arranged. On the 24th, we have, I'm bringing back this card here because it kind of comes right back in, this energy of harmony, this energy of empathy. As Venus is in conjunction with Mars, I feel like this is a huge event in terms of love for everyone. The meeting of the masculine and feminine of Venus and Mars, this willpower and sensitivity. I feel like what's happening here is sort of like feeling like you're on your A game. You're feeling great, you're feeling positive and confident, but you're also feeling like you can really pick up on what everybody else is thinking and feeling and what they want. So if this is something for you, I would say to keep in mind too is this happens for a Pisces ascendant. This happens in your 5th house. So pay careful attention to anything that you can do out and about that's creative, any kind of activities that are creative for you, and this will really help get things started. But if you're in a relationship, this is probably a really great time to make plans with each other and spend a lot of time with each other and take advantage of this. Probably be feeling really sexy in general, feeling really confident. And if you have anything that's been on your mind, something you've been trying to accomplish, something you've been trying to get in a relationship, this is going to really allow you to communicate your needs more freely, more honestly, and in a way that the other person is going to receive much better. So this is a great opportunity for that as well. On the 26th, we have Venus trining Uranus in Aries. On the 28th, we have Mars trining Uranus in Aries. And on the 29th, we have the Sun trining Uranus in Aries. I've brought out the Bonhomme card as kind of like the fresh start card. I feel like if you're single, this is a great time to pick something totally new, something totally different that you've never done before. Kind of challenge yourself a little bit. And this trine is going to make it really super easy for you. You're going to feel totally comfortable trying something new, trying something different. So seeing as Mars and Venus are involved, I feel like this is another, still the same opportunity to try something new and make a change in your behavior. Whether you've been in some relationships lately and this has been challenging for you, maybe this is a time to figure out something different to try, a different way of approaching people, a different method, a different person that you maybe try and think of looking for. So definitely keep an eye out for the end of the month, as there's a huge shift, some new energies coming in, maybe even some new people. And if you're in a relationship already, this is probably a really great time to look at your relationship and ways that you can improve on them, maybe this is an opportunity to move to a new location, to change, really maybe some activities that you do together, that sort of thing. So I'm going to pull a couple of cards just to see if there's any messages for you for the month of August, Pisces, and that will be it. That's really funny. It popped out on its own. I put it back in the deck and it came out again. So I feel like what's happening here for you this month is a creative boost for you in terms of your relationships, coming up with new ideas, maybe having some sort of a transformation personally. And the whale comes through. I feel like this is talking about unlocking some what is it? I guess you could say self-understanding, some unlocking your DNA, so to speak. I'm going to pull out just real quick. Yeah. Okay, so I feel like for you, first of all, the butterfly also talks about creative projects. And in this case, in romance, I feel like this is maybe talking about your relationship, recognizing where you stand in your relationship. At what stage are you in? Have you just met each other? Have you gone on a few dates? Have you really spent some time with each other and you're really starting to understand each other more? And so it's time to consider, whatever commitments you might be interested in. Or are you in this already for the long haul? You've been at it and you're really trying to understand how can you move to the next level. Understanding what stage you're in your project, in your plans, in your relationships can really help you identify, where you're at in order to help you move to where you want to go. So maybe this is talking about this. This is a great opportunity this month to really get some clarity on where you're at, get some clarity on where you want to go, and it really help you in a creative way. Now for the whale, I feel like this is talking about maybe getting a chance to see yourself, and I feel like there's some downloads coming in, some messages coming. Keep an eye out for any numbers, any symbols, any weird kind of synchronicities where you feel like something just kind of really popped out at you. There's also going to be maybe an opportunity for you to really, while you're having some alone time during the beginning of the month, to really kind of unlock some new understandings about yourself. As a Pisces, I feel like this kind of psychic side of you is really going to get activated this month. Maybe picking up on some information, some stuff you never knew that you knew, kind of a thing. And so in terms of romance, I feel like this is really a positive boost for kind of self-awareness, self-knowledge, self-understanding, which is always a great boost in your relationships with others. So look forward to hearing your feedback. Feel free to comment below on your experience in general, especially if you go through August and you feel like everything happened. I'd love to hear your confirmations, love to see how this panned out for you. Feel free to also subscribe if you want to catch next month's transit report, as well as my weekly transit reports and my weekly Choose Your Message style tarot readings, where I cover certain topics. You can always suggest topics too. But yeah, look forward to hearing back from you. Have a good month. Peace.